Heretics on Skyline, hardpoint for our second semi.
Damn, they hit the underground route.
It's already a battle for these mid gunfights in the
Okay.
Perfect against the green wall. We've got Optic. We've got Team Heretics on Skyline.
All right, Kai, this is a question for you. When it comes to breaking off, what is the different? What are the major differences between both of the sides? And why is one side more beneficial than the other? I want you to answer, Kai. This is your first question. Before we even get into it. And for my regulars in the chat, feel free to answer. You guys have heard me ask this question 100 times. But yeah, what is the difference? No, so I want you to go more generalized, Kai. I want you to go more generalized, and I want you to think about it simply from a chessboard perspective. So on a break-off, we'll have one slightly more favored side than the other. Based on the map, the degree of the advantage you get will be more based on the map. But Troy, no. You are not allowed to answer a damn question. You ain't allowed. You ain't allowed, okay? You're the kid that's just putting your arms up like me. You're like just excited, just in your chair, like I'll answer it. You're looking around like these fucking idiots. Answer, right? No, so I want you to think of it from a chessboard perspective. What are some of the differences between the sides, Kai? Look at it from. I'm not looking at it from a team-specific view. I want you to look at it from a chessboard perspective. What are the differences between a good side of a break-off and a bad side? Give me a couple answers here, Kai. What do you reckon? And it doesn't even have to be Skyline specific. It could be an overall general answer. What's good, Vaya? What's good? Yeah, no, feel free. If anyone wants to answer, feel free. I'm good, Vaya. How are you? I think the Heretic side has less exposure. Okay. You get better timings to get to hybrid positions. Your hybrid spots. Good. Grid. Welcome, Grid. Good side has spawns for P2 already, making it easy to rotate. So, when it comes to the start of a hill, when we're talking break-off specific, the spawn that you want for the next hill, you don't take that into consideration. The answer that I'm looking for is what Gridlock is saying. I want you guys to expand, to give you guys a hint, expand more on what Gridlock is saying. What about your timings? What about the hybrid positions? And then how does that relate to like what we do the wave after? But for a break-off, we don't want to think about the spawns for the next hill necessarily. Not when it comes to the first two waves and when it comes to soaking time on the current hardpoint. What do we reckon? Let's expand on Gridlock's answer. What are we thinking? And then Gridlock, you give me sort of an expansion on your answer too. Come on, Liquid. I know you got the answer. Come on, Kai. Think. I'll give you about 20 seconds, and then we'll go into it. You get to top first, then you can play the wave and push that back. So I'm not looking for specifics to Skyline. I just want to give you guys an idea of the differences between a good break-off and a bad break-off. But yeah, you're spot on. So I liked your answer. You can get into your hybrid positions first. You beat the timings with either your nades, your stuns. You get into hybrid positions to either force trades or give yourself like advantageous gunfights. When you have a quote-unquote good side or a better side of the break-off, when you do get into these advantageous positions, you're in a position where you can trade efficiently. Once you do get trades and you win that wave, you're in that step 2. You can then, and these are what the best teams and the pro teams do fantastically, is you can then blend the teams. You can then use your free life. You can then layer. You can then get set up. You can then instantly after a break off, because of the fact that you get early timings to these power spots with your stuns, with your nades, you funnel people, you get the time. You can then put your team in an advantageous position, win the first kill of the next wave, use teamwork to get specific information early, trade, team fight, team shot, use that free life.
Hardpoint for our second semis. Let's get it on.
Interesting break from Optic though. They've just instant hit underground.
You're trying to locate where the hell is Shotzi. He's an early underground route, thinking about the next play, thinking about
good
the
plays.
next hard point. But he's just trying to be a nuisance, already finds a double.
It's a good play from Shotzi here, buying time. Right, chat. My question to you guys, chat. Another question for you guys, okay? Why has Shotzi gone underground and not decided to just bang time? So I want you to think like a pro player now. I want you to think like you're him, right? What's the situation in the moment? Why has he not just decided to ape time? What is he doing for the rest of his team? What are we thinking, chat? Think like you're Shotzi in this situation. What situation are you guys in? He's waiting for his team. Good. Now, why is he waiting for his team? What's this? Download this information. What situation is he currently in? He's forcing them to look for him, which slows their progression on the map. No, you're good. You're good, Kai. Playing his life. Good. So this is really good from Shotzi here, and this is what pro players do really well, is understand the situation you are in, right? So let's look at it right here. Minimap only. There we go, right? Look at the situation he's in, right? They've only just got one kill. I mean, can you see this shit? Yeah, you can. Okay. His teammates are out the play. So he's buying as much time as he can, even though he's not going to be in a position to like hard block and flip him out based on where they spawn in. Like you see, he spawns him here. But he's at least dragging people away. When he's dragging people away, they can take routes to ape something on towards time to use that progression. Shotzi has progression here, chat. This is Shotzi doing his 25% in the moment, realizing exactly grid. He's in his position to do a 3-1. Right here, Shotzi just needs to play his life. So he's using process of elimination. He's using the information he had from his teammates of where they died. He's then, in his mind, thinking about how he can buy time for the rest of his teammates, right? This is what I need you guys to do when you're playing ranked. He's not doing a hero play. He's not trying to solo break it because he recognizes they're already going to be in hybrid spots or power spots to play and kill him. But they can't exactly give it up either. So he's dragging and forcing people away in a disadvantageous position to then set up the break for the next wave. And you'll see it here.
Hey, where the hell is Shotzi? He's an early underground.
Now look at 8. It's dragging 8 away. So now he's technically in a 1 versus, it could be technically a 1 versus 3. And then he's buying time, right? Understanding that when this guy comes to spawn, he's going to look for him. And then it gets this guy basically tweaking and not being able to focus on one thing, right? Now, notice what Optic do in this situation, chat. Look at their flow. Look at during the second wave with 40 seconds left, so they'll still play this time. What do you notice from a flow perspective that Optic are doing in order to try and break this hill? So I want you to watch it here.
thinking about the next play, thinking about the next hard point, but he's just trying to be a nuisance, already finds a double.
So what do you guys notice that Optic have done from a flow perspective when it comes to breaking the time? What have they filled in first? Where are they trying to fill in first? And why are they doing that? Why have they just decided, right, we have Shotty out here, we're just going to bang through as a 3? Why have they not done that? Yep, good answer, JG. Hey, what's good, Greg? What's good, my boy? Greg, this is a question for you, Greg. I want you to answer this. Beer chat, what do you reckon? And I want you guys to start thinking like we're pros. Why have they just not aped Kitchen together? So let's watch that situation again.
Superstar mentality for Shotzi after making Tom Cruise proud, looking for his final reckoning here on this semi-final stage. Hook inside the hard point.
What can that allow you to do? So look at this here, chat. Look at the routes of spawn.
Thinking about the next play, thinking about the next hard point, but he's just trying to be a nuisance, already finds a double.
Superstar mentality for Shotzi after making...
So, yeah, it's a funnel, but what are they, where are they going first? What are they picking up first? When Shotzi has progression out here, and he's buying time, where are the rest of his teammates? Because Kitchen is a bad gunfight because of the... Good, but because that's the last thing you want to hit, and it's better to play from top. Yes, now we're thinking like pros. Why though, chat? Why specifically is it better to hit top? And I want you to note the micro teamwork. Look at the micro teamwork. I'm big on teamwork, guys. You know this, right? Look at them two together hitting top, right? So from a micro perspective, when it comes to breaking P1, you want to play for top control first. Right? So now you're in a position where if you double top, you can slide across, you can predict and bait out these power spots. Exactly. Yeah? Appreciate you, Greg. Thank you so much. Exactly. It's a power hybrid spot. So you're dragging people out of these power positions, assuming you're predicting or assuming that they could be there, playing for top control, backing him down to then take cat control. Because cat control and top control is very important when it comes to breaking P1, because you back down these power positions watching over, and you back down the guy time, which then can open up a timing for your third teammate or your fourth teammate based on whatever's happening in the situation. So that's why they play in top, chat. When you guys are breaking P1, I need you, and this is for both sides, the first lanes you want to pick up when it's open every single time, when there's time on the clock and you're playing to soak, is top P2 to cat, top plat to P1. Then third guy can do this, last guy can do this, right? That's how you, from a micro perspective, that's how you back these guys down, giving you the timing to hit P1 with a stun nade or a low bedroom timing to hill. This is what we call filling in the right lanes, conducive to your game plan. This is how we trust the flow. This is how we trade efficiently, and that's how we break efficiently too. The lanes that you play and the lanes that you fill matter so much when it comes to breaking time. So we'll see it here.
Thinking about the next play, thinking about the next hard point.
So let's look at it. I know I'm waffling a bit, but I want to highlight and emphasize when you guys are playing your 4 stacks, right? Look at them two, micro teamwork, filling in top, understanding that you need to get top first when it comes to breaking P1. They'll bait and switch these power spots in predictions or play it off Shotzi playing for top, right? Look how they break. Then they will bump across if required to then open up timings for your teammates behind. Core point, you're filling in the right lanes when it comes to breaking a P1. You're trading the most efficient kills, and you're setting your teammates up. This is how we set your teammates up here. So look at it, chat. Look at 4. He's the second guy in the flow. Third guy in the flow. Last guy's off spawn. They will get space together based on these kills, open up timings to then fight.
Superstar mentality for Shotzi after making Tom Cruise proud, looking for his final reckoning here on this semi-final stage. Hook inside the hard point. Dealt with
Merkley's again, refilling through top.
Very strong start, 5-2.
Again, refilling through top. 20 seconds left, chat. Chat, my question to you guys, from a fundamental perspective, what do we want to do at 20 seconds? What are we trying to do at 20 seconds? What's the overall goal? playing for new. What does playing for new mean? What's good, Void? What does it mean to rotate? What does it mean to rotate? What does it mean to play to new? Play for new. What does that mean? Yeah, okay, we want to play for new, but what does that specifically mean? Okay, good, right? Spawns. What else? What do we want to do with spawns? Be more specific. I want you break it down to the absolute millimeter. Be more specific. What do we want with spawns? What does rotating mean? What does playing for new mean? Hard block, pick up routes. Good. Yes, we want to play to hard block. We want to try and do something together to either take routes, to flip people out, or to get timings through, and to hold progression. You'll have progression spots. You'll have progression spots on the map that you can get to if you haven't flipped them out or you haven't made any kills, right? You'll have teams, for example, they'll play top here to try and play for a kill. They'll play at the back to try and get a kill. So, what's good, Billie Jean? Yeah, so we're playing to take timings to get to progression spots to either make kills to flip or hold progression for your teammates to get to you to then trade. Or alternatively, what you'll see teams do is based on the situation, based on whether they have progression on old or not, they'll just hit through time. It's keep it stupid simple. You take routes when you don't have progression, and if you do have progression, just get to your teammate and trade. Because then right here, let's say hypothetically, chat, let's say 5 is dead and 2 is here. Use that progression, play kills and bully through. This game is simple. Ape something together. That's how we rotate and that's how we play for new.
Getting even and trying to find a way to fight back against this Heretics setup. And off your Optic,
filling lanes that give us a better chance to win the first fight. Good luck. Good. So like right here, chat. So look at number 1 here. Look at Kyler here, right?
You got to work your way across the map. You already see number 1 on your mini map, Mr. Hook, working his way through kitchen shots.
You see here? Keep it stupid simple. You make kills, you get progression, just ape something out together. That's how you'll flip on this game. You don't always necessarily have to play fundamentally super strict to take routes to get out. Obviously, like a Vault P4, you will have to. On a Skyline, that shit don't matter. Just get together and trade.
And this will set up Heretics rather nicely over towards P2. Moment of contest, but we swap over to listen in with the Bravia listen in with Team Heretics.
Brandon with 2. Nice. Okay. Hey, what's good, Scott? I'm good, brother. I'm good. All right, chat. I want you to look at it from Miami's perspective, right? They've just got 2 kills in the wave, right? What do you think that they did really well here from number 6? Now, for my regulars in the stream, what does number 6 have here after you get a 2-piece? What does he have? What has number 6 got right here? A free life. Explain to me, JG, what's a free life? Why has he got a free life? What is the importance of a free life? For my new people in the chat, let's get him. Let's explain. What is the importance of number 5 using his, or number 6 using his free life? What does that do? What does that do? Free goddamn life. All right, everyone listen to Coach JG. It gets specific info. Good, Voids. Yeah. Yeah, good. But what is it called? What is it called? I have an emote for this. What is it called? What is that concept called? Being annoying, getting info for his team and taking progression. Okay. But I have an emote for this. What is it called? Come on. It starts with a B. Come on, guys. I haven't streamed in about a week and a half, and you're not giving me the answers here. Yes. Yeah. So right here, you get 2 or 3 kills in a wave. What's good, Apollo? 2 or 3 kills in the wave. You bump through, use that free life. You're getting specific information. You're trying to get the first kill of the next wave, giving yourself specific information, catching people sprinting. You're denying their furthest pushed up player, because what happens is if you do it quick enough and you do it fast enough, you're just going to spawn close to the time because they've not gone past the 50 yard, right? And then you have specific information to trade the most efficient kills. Bump, refill, block, right there, chat. And I like the fact that Super did it. Now, what do we say? When you're bump, refilling, and blocking, what do the other 3 players need to do? What do the other 3 players need to do in order to make it useful when you're doing the BRB? What do they need to do? There's 2 things that they need to do, the other 3 players, when we do that. When Super's out going rogue, taking time-ins, using his talent, taking Charles, catching people sprinting, there's 2 things that these guys need to do. Okay, good. That's one of them. Yeah, you want to be ready to trade, but you also want to be playing safety net positions. You want to be playing to stay alive. Value your life, right? Play safety net positions, value your life, because you cannot double or triple die, or it's pointless. Let the game come to you. Very good. Very good. I mean, they did a decent way of it. Oh yeah, he spawns here, so he's like, there's nobody there. He gets bad timing. So they do a decent job of it. If the guy doesn't, if he doesn't scam in hill, if Jose doesn't scam here, they hold this. So like right here, right? So 5 does a really good job, at least trying to trade, realizing he can't trade, he backs off. If he doesn't get, if he kills Brandon there, they probably hold this P2. They hold this P2, 5's coming around, they'll trade out 1. 6 is going to naturally then pick up the right because they already have the left. Damn. Let's look at their break here, chat. Damn. Nice. Good trades at least. They're playing to trade, so this is really good from Heretics. Oh, not Heretics, sorry, Texas. Oh my god, alright. Okay, hold on. Now this, chat, I will say this was kind of scary. So, the reason why I think this is kind of scary, and it ended up working out in the end. Have a look at Texas's progression, chat. What do you guys notice? What do you guys notice is the time. So tell me what the time is. Tell me what they should be doing, and then tell me what you see on the map. And then tell me why this could have went really bad, or it could have been dodgy. Not rotating. That's not the answer I'm looking for. But what do we want to do at 9 seconds? We want to play for new, right? We've established that. What do you see from Texas's POV right here? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see he has? So, okay, good. Miami hasn't rotated yet, right? So they have the timings. They've just made kills. So Miami are not going to be on new, right? So Miami already there, but Heretics have map progression numbers in new. But even though Miami have map numbers, what do you think is dodgy about what number 2 is doing? That could be not dodgy, but that could be really risky. Oh, what's good, Young Suave? Welcome to the chat, brother. Welcome. What do you see number 2's doing? Taking a route, but timings could be off. Yes. So remember, chat, when you have progression, you keep it stupid simple. You use it. I don't care if you're in a 4v3 in this situation, right? You have progression. You want to bump the guy out in your flow, and you want to get to him, because that's how you can force out trades, flip him out behind you, so on and so forth, right? Right here, Shotzi's taking a route in the assumption that this guy's already dead. This is a perfect route to take at 9 seconds when you know you don't have P3 rotation, you don't have the timings, and you're the first guy in the flow. Your first guy dictates the route based on the progression you have or don't have, predicting where they're going to be based on the timings. You know, right, based on the kills, they've spawned up, they're going to beat me to P3. Okay, my spawn is telling me this, my kills are telling me this, my intuition is telling me this. This could have went really scary. Oh, not really scary. It could have been kind of weird, where instead of like 2 taking that route, he then helps number 3 to get across like this. So they're playing to team shot, they're playing to trade. Eventually, I mean, they end up getting bailed out, but you see where I'm coming from. He then ends up taking a route in a situation where you don't really need to. Like right here, 2 would have already been here. They would have been taking Team Charles on these 2. These 2 would be dead. Like, they'd be dead. I'm pretty sure they'd go 1 for 1. He'd be dead. Ant would be here. They'd spawn close and a refill again. It works in the end. But this is one of the issues I had with FaZe this entire year. Is when FaZe had progression and they had timings to do something, instead of keeping it stupid simple and just getting to a teammate, they would take these routes. And when you take routes, when you already have progression, you kind of ruin your own timings. You kind of make it difficult for yourself. Like even then here, Kyler's then trying to force a trade with number 3 when he doesn't have the timing to do so. And then he could have died here. And then Shotzi makes a play and ends up making a play because either they don't kill him quick enough, they don't turn around. But ended up being a good play regardless, I guess. But you get the idea. See, that's Apollo. This is what I've said for 2 months now with FaZe. And this is why I'm going to say it. I love the FaZe guys, right? And what's good, Rayless? I love the FaZe guys, right? In my opinion, not that anyone cares, I don't believe that they should have made a change. Now, people are saying that their hardpoint was their weakest mode, whatever. When you watch their hardpoint, from a flow perspective, they just needed to keep it simple. I watched the stream that Shotzi was talking about, right? When he was talking about it. They're taking timings that they don't have. They're taking routes when they have progression. They're not... I'm not saying this all the time, but at the highest level, it's 1 or 2 things that can snowball against the best teams. Like, they'll have progression on P3, but then they'll decide to take long routes, and then they won't have the timing to do so, rather than just refilling through time and playing from time. For me, it was little things like that were the differences between FaZe winning hardpoints in good positions, and then FaZe like narrowly like losing out and then being put in a blend. I genuinely thought it was as simple as that. Just trusting the flow, trading the most efficient kills conducive to the time and the situation, and then staying alive in a wave. They were just the things that, in my opinion, if FaZe like tightened up on, they'd be scary again. But obviously we don't know, like in-game, out-of-game stuff and all that. We don't know. There could be way more to it, but that is just my opinion from like a respawn perspective. Just studying them. Whereas, you know, sometimes it can work, but it's not consistent rather than just keeping it simple. Phase 2 getting broken up was funny. What's good? Unrelated question, but is it usually like a team captain that makes team changes decisions? It depends on the organization. Sometimes it's the coaching staff that makes the roster decisions. Sometimes it's the entire team. Sometimes it's the best player. It just depends on the organization. 28 seconds. Now they just refill through time, use that progression, and trade out time. Miami doing a good job letting the game come to them. Now 17. Now play ahead to flip. Good comms. Good comms. Look at them aping together. Ape together strong. But then at the end of the day, chat, whatever your game plan is, whatever you're reading in the moment, as long as you're taking fights together and you're aping and you're hive minding together, it's going to work. Oh, that is a big kill by Metals, by the way. So let's look at this here, chat. This was a big 1v1. This was a big 1v1 from Metals right here. If Metals dies here, they're going to spawn out. They're going to spawn there. Two's going to get towards time. They're not spawning in. They're spawning out. That was huge. Bloody hell. Yeah, Jose shooting the guy at the roof. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, after a hot start from the Heretics, things were starting to look a little bit dicey as Optic battle back through
okay,
P3,
so this is
a nice recovery moment. Heretics in control of P4.
Yeah, Dashy took over.
Right, chat. What are Miami doing really well here? After getting a wave, chat, what are Miami doing really well here? So, couple things here, chat. So, remember when we talked about the flow? 50 seconds here, guys, right? 50 seconds. So, they're playing the next wave, right? What are Miami doing really well? I want to know what Miami doing well. I want to know what Seven's doing well. I want to know from a team perspective. I want to know what this spawn means. I want to know then how they play the wave. What do you think they're doing well? Taking space. Good. Right. So why? Who's taking space? So Seven is watching mid, allowing him to call out the push. Good. So he's bumped out. He's got space, allowing him to get specific information early. What's good, Olala? Welcome to the chat, brother. Welcome, welcome. They're tunneling them through kitchen. Good. Or funneling them, yeah. Very good. Welcome to the chat. Funneling them kitchen, taking space mid. Good. Okay, so what does that space allow you to do? Who should be taking space middle, and what does that allow you to do? And why has he not decided to take more space? Actually, let's do it one at a time, chat. Let's break it down one at a time, right? So let's talk about number 7. So, in the flow, what is number 7? What is number 7? Hey, thank you, Nick. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. In the flow, what is number 7? Number 2, why has he not decided to get more space? And number 3, what does he potentially have? Let's do it one at a time. And I want you to think like you're a pro player here. I want you to think as though you've literally just spawned in. What do we think? Okay, so he's first off spawn. He's pushed out soft blocking, spawning, and pit. So he's first in this conveyor belt. He's first in the flow, right? This is him. So therefore, it's his job, based on the wave, to try and get space, right? So now this goes into question number 2. Is why has he decided not to go rogue? Why is he not going all the way down? Seven's got a free life in a power spot, allows him to watch the double hit if they hit. Good. Yes. Okay, so now you've answered number 3. So he's got a free life to do whatever he needs to do. But why is he playing P1 here, chat? Why is he not, say, repinching it? What do we call it? And I want you to answer this from a micro perspective. I want you to answer this as though you are literally in his boots. Let the game come to him. Not, yes, okay, he's been a hard kill, yeah. He'd flip his teammates out if they die. Hybrid spot allows him to help out. Good. He's staying in a position where 6 can help his gunfight. Good. So, yes, he's in a position in a hybrid spot where he can help either way. He's getting information reliably, and he's playing a power position where he can play his life. The reason why he isn't out like here is he's too far away from the fight. If they take timings to get through, he is so far away from the trades, right? And when you play this position, you're not expecting to kill them crossing towards the back. You're just playing for specific information, right? That's all you're doing. If they come and challenge you, fine. What you're doing here is you're denying this And if they come challenge you, fine. You are in a high percentage power position to take that fight. You ain't getting ripped off the stairs unless you shit, right? But he's in a hybrid spot where he's going to help take team fights from here. Hey, what's good? What's good, Sirius? How you doing, fella? Today's a good fucking day. I missed you, dude. And he can take fights here. Now, good. So that's number 7. What is he doing really well? What is he doing really well? So there's a couple things. Number 1, right? Number 2, and then number 3. There's 3 things that number 8 in this position, Renko, has done very, very well. And this is a concept I want you guys to do in your ranked queues. When you are playing in your iridescent lobbies, whatever, these are the little things that are going to help you win a game. What is number 8 doing fantastic here? What do you reckon? Think about it. So, if you guys want a bit more help, think about the answer in relation to the setup. Think about what a setup is. Think about what the purpose of a setup should be. So, he's picking up what's open. Good. He's watching the pinch and blocking simultaneously. Good. But my question to you guys is, why has he not just gone like this? Like he would in a diamond lobby. Why has he not done that? What is it called? What is he doing? Why has he not done this? He doesn't have the timing. Good. Now we're thinking like pro players. Understand in a setup where you're spawning them. Understand the routes they can take. Predict the routes they can take based on where you're spawning them, based on the information. Anticipate where they could be. The reason why Renko hasn't pushed out more is because he doesn't have the timing to get more space. Sure, he could take the gunfight, the 1v1. But right here, chat, the reason why pro teams are good is they're trying to play situations like this where instead of a 1v1, we're going to make it a 2 versus 1. This is how we play the team fight. This is how we play the team wave. He could go out like it's a Crimson lobby and challenge number 4 and take that 1v1. Fine. He could slide cancel and take the fight. But then there's a risk where he could die, right? And his teammates aren't in a position to trade. He understands he doesn't have the timing to push out even more. He's in a setup. He's in an advantageous position. So this is where you bring your teammates into the fights. Now that 1v1 has become a 3 versus 1 when you ape together. This is how you punish teams in advantageous positions. This is how you use teamwork. And this is how in the micro you isolate gunfights. Once they get info here, they're in a 4 versus 2. You do whatever's necessary to ape the last guy. You want to always have the mindset of fighting people together. These guys in this situation, if they know he's here and he's here, you gotta run at him. You gotta swarm him. You gotta eat him alive. That's how you do it, chat. This is how Call of Duty progresses from very structured to specific information to then aping. This relates, and I'm going to go on a bit of a waffle, a bit of a tangent. This relates to what Sam was saying, that AR roles don't necessarily exist because the roles that you have in Call of Duty are ubiquitous. Basically, everyone does a bit of everything. Now, you're going to have linear situations where you want your ARs to watch a certain lane when you break, certain positions, whatever, right? But situations like this, you need to play at pace and you need to play together. This is aping. This is teamwork right here. He's letting the game come to him. He dies. Now, he's not going to do the same thing. He's going to trade. And there you go. Now, you could argue, right? That he shouldn't have done that. He could stay alive. Renko, you could be like, yo, Renko, stay down. You could be like, yo, Renko, just stay down, right? We know he's gone around. We know. We have this specific info. He takes the chow, whatever. And then look at Metals. He's trying to play for the trade. They do it together. That's how you be efficient. I look at 5 and look at 8 here. Help each other. Make him overextend to get you, but 8's in the fight, so then 5 is going to help him.
Recovery moment, Heretics in control, P4.
Yeah, Dashy took over there at the P3. Already 16-7 with a minute in the hill time.
Really good hold. And then look at them. They're just trying to take the same fights together. Even here, chat, right? This is what I hate in ranked, is when people just sit by the tub the entire time, even though you have numbers, okay? So look at this situation. They've just got 3 kills. Slow down. Exactly. When you let the game come to you, you can think. You get specific information, then you react fast off it, right? And then you can slide cancel take Charles, whatever you need to do. But right here, they've made kills. They've made 2 kills, right? Renko gets information. He's front. He's not just going to sit. He's going to try and attack. He's going to be useful. With Pro Call of Duty chat, it's about making everybody useful as much as you can. In this situation, this is advantageous. The reason why this is advantageous is because they have numbers. Because Optic have to come to them. Optic have to funnel through them. Optic have to go through choke points. And they don't have the timings to do so, right? He has to clear everything. So right here, use your numbers. Use your advantageous positions and take fights together. So look at it right here. Look at Super trying to chow. Look at him trying to chow. He's not waiting. He's not sitting. He's going. He's bumping out. He's looking for kills. And now they're in a slight disadvantageous position because they've died. Then you play tight. Then Metals doesn't bang out. Now you can bang out. Now you can go. Right? Understand, chat, when you're playing ranked, understand when you're in a disadvantageous position and you need to stay alive, and understand when you're in an advantageous position and you need to throw your life away. This is a good example of that. I'm sick and tired of you Crimson players not just getting my trade.
So we're going to get ourselves 110 to 64.
Understand when you need to trade and where you need to trade. But not every kill needs to be traded.
Yeah, big kill onto Super. He was trying to influence the spawns a certain way, or at least force them to draw that attention on that side of the map. But now it's Realster, who is on 3 in a row, instantly going to get picked off by Mercules. You're currently in control of the P1 time. Rencor now is just waiting for his teammates to find some kills before he decides to go, but he has no more time to waste. You got to send it.
Okay, good kill. Okay, good too. Trade him. Exactly, Kuda. Okay, really good play from Rencor, I will say. Huge kill.
You got time? Sure. Yeah, I got time. Okay, make sure you take your time. Nice. One more below it, love it. Yo, you got top bed. You weak.
Good break.
Going right, metals. Top P2 already. Hold on. We spawn out.
Ape him. You heard that? Ape.
I'll get you time, okay? You can stay out kitchen if you want, Kyler. I am. One shot on node. Okay, I'm gonna refill kitchen. Look your underground. I'm gonna check your team. You have underground? No. Yo, deep long. There's 2 going right.
Nice.
Nothing underground. I'm holding close right. Go left side. Nice. One more top right. Another one right.
What does 2 do in chat? What does 2 have? What does 2 have?
Okay, right. Okay, metals is right. On the marble. One shot top. Fireplace metals. He's through the right then. Right, weak.
Free life. You see, chat, you see the importance of a free life? This is how you utilize talent, right? When you have superstars like this, Paco, Abizi, Neptune, players like that, you want to try and put them in positions where they have the freedom to take timings, where they have the freedoms to use a free life. Now, like right here, right? You see that? So either number 2 or number 3 could have been the one to have done this, right? So these are the situations where you understand and you dictate in the moment, yo, I'm going to do it. Or you realize, okay, he's going to do it, so I'm just going to fill in around him. This is how you utilize talent. Merc could absolutely do it. Merc could absolutely bump out, play cat, and then Shotzi could play left. But when you're 2 players basically next to each other, the way I look at it is one of the players you want to, based on what it is, put each player in a position to use their advantage, use the good of them. You have a player like Shotzi, like Paco, like Neptune, bro, you want to go use your free life, go do it. It doesn't matter if I do it or you do it, because the timings are basically the same. I'm going to resort to you doing it. And this is how you utilize talent. This is how you let someone like him get lost, get in flow, get mixy, right? Now, if 3 was like back here and 2 was back here, then obviously 2 would be the one to do it every single time. But when you're holding hands like here in a situation, you want your more talented player in that situation to go on and do what he needs to do. Let's say if it was Dashi and Shotzi. Well, Dashi's a main AR, quote unquote main AR, right? He could do it, right? But he's not going to be as effective or snowbally as like Shotzi doing it. So these are like situations where then you can be like, all right, you go do it. You're heating up, you go do it. I'll go do something else.
Deep long. There's 2 going right.
Nothing on. Nothing underground.
I'm holding close right.
Go left side. Nice. One more top. Right.
So that now he's using his free life. Look how annoying this is. Look how annoying he is using his free life. And this is what happens when you put talent in the right positions. No, if you put talent, in the right positions in a moment. These are where sometimes your, I hate using the word, roles can be like really important.
Okay, Meadows is right. On the marble. One shot top. Fireplace Meadows. He's through there.
That's how you do your 25%. That's how you do what you need to do for the team. Look at him. Look how annoying he is to track.
They're on you. They're on you. They're on you. Zip.
Yeah, zip it left.
All good. He spawns in.
Piano. In the back. Two in the back. One shot. One guy's piano. Just calm down.
We're top T real.
Nice, get up.
Top T real.
I'm gonna hit left one time. I'm hitting left one time.
It's a T in the time.
Yeah, I'm trying to
18 seconds left. They should be playing for...
Well, Optic had the solid
Are they going to be
hold
playing for you?
initially, but Super just in another
Yeah.
takeover
So
mode.
first guy get across to the left.
23 and 17.
Make sure we're
Heretics
refilling
right
in
back
based
to
on the
hard
kills.
point, and they'll take the better part of the last
Oh,
30
did he not kill him?
seconds.
Oh, he kills him.
At
Jesus.
this P2 HP,
Refill through time.
Starts off flawless with a 9-3 start, already on 5 in a row, 23 and 17. Still have a nice little comfortable 30-point lead, but this is where Optic kept themselves into the mix. This P3,
Huge.
they got to be able to take care of Dashy.
Now they're looking for two.
Shots
Huge.
hit by a lot of grenades initially. Still finds his one. And
Right, situations like this, chat, when you get a clean wave, it's about how do you punish teams and the advantages that you have. When you understand where they're spawning, you understand what routes they could take. When you understand and you predict what routes they can take, you can understand the timings of such routes, and then you can refill after that, and then you're tracking names based on who's first, second, fourth, whatever, right? When you know exactly where they're coming from and you get specific information, you gotta take the same gunfights. This is a kill zone. You need to make sure you're taking the same fight and aping together. Take these fights. Hive mind. Call it hive mind. Look at fight together. Play the trade together. Look at Kyler here. Keep fighting. Look at him. Look at him fighting, taking the same fights where possible. You want multiple guns on the same lane. Look at him. Look at him. This is why in Call of Duty, chat, you want to give teams certain spawns for certain hills because you can really, really blender them by keeping them in one place.
He's off the respawn for another double.
The shots he can bump out, rest of them picking mid.
Okay, someone's gonna chow, you fall, I'm instantly gonna fill that spot. Now we create an
Look at Shotzi with the free life. Look how annoying he is. Free life again. Look how annoying this guy is. Bro, look how annoying when you put your talent in a position to use a free life. Look how annoying they can be, but look how much like breathing room he can give players like Dashi, right? That's what I keep on saying. These are situations, these are micro situations where if you have a faster team and you have a overall pacing of a team allows you to do this, that's how you make your main ARs and utilize the talent of your AR players, of your traditionally slower, kind of slower AR players. That's how you make them more comfortable. Right there. This is a good example of making someone like Brandon super comfortable because the rest of his teammates are filling in where necessary, but putting pressure on the map for you to just look at one thing. Easy as that. That's why Caesar was so good for us over the past few years as an AR, because when you have people like Paco and Kiz putting pressure on the map, right? All he has to do is watch one lane. And if you're watching one lane, let them challenge you off a head glitch. What they're going to do. Off topic, when today's roles don't mean anything anymore and players should know. So, roles do matter. Absolutely. It's not as stubborn or as strict as it used to be. Like, you don't have anchor roles. Like, that's not a thing, right? Where roles matter is the weapon that you have or the play style of that player. You want to put them in a position to use their talent. So, for example, where roles could matter is if I have someone like Brandon, right, who's an AR player. If I'm breaking a P3, I want to put him, regardless on the flow, if he's the first, second, third guy, if it's a clean break, I want to put him on the outer of a clean break with no kills, remember, I'm saying no kills, for him to open up a lane for my two SMG players to do this. This is what I call a linear situation, right? These are the moments where your role or more so your weapon matters. There aren't entry subs or Slayer subs per se, as people would like to say. That's not really a thing anymore. It's what you need to do in the moment for your flow. Now, another linear situation is the one on P2, where you had Hugh and Shotzi both here after a wave, and Shotzi was the one who decided to use his free life. That's him using his talent, and then Kyler can fill in around that. right? So you'll have situations like that where you want to put your more faster moonshot, talented players in them positions to use the free life. So there are certain situations where you need to have, or you want to ideally have, a specific player in a specific spot. But at the end of the day, everyone needs to do everything. Like if Hugh has used his free life, like he's gonna use his free life. It might, if Dash uses his free life, it might not have the same impact as, say, Shotty using his free life. It's still a free life. It's still the right play, right decision in the moment, right? It is what it is. And yes, you want to pull out an AR and SMG based on the situation. You've been doing that for years. Everyone's been doing that for years. Like on Vanguard, you're pulling out an AR if you need to, based on where you're spawning, based on your flow, stuff like that.
Catch the COD action. Magnus Carlson locked in as Optic will see their lead.
And I know that was a clip that that Sam had said.
This is where they were flawless.
Now I've been preaching it. It's ubiquitous.
It's all about the opening kill. Shotzi and Hook already combined for 2.
All right, let's see how they play this.
Instant response.
Good trade. That's a huge kill from Brandon.
It's a big one-on-one. No one is spawning near, but at least for your Heretics, everyone is near bedroom.
Dashy looking for a crossing angle, trying to stay safe. Riel wanting to try to challenge this, wins his first. Can Hook follow up though? He gets the opener, but not the follow-up.
Question for you guys. Like Dashy pulling up sub on Piva? Yes, yeah, absolutely. All right, chat. Question for you guys. What are Miami doing really well here?
Dashy looking for a crossing angle, trying to stay safe. Riel
right here.
Wanting to try to challenge this.
What are Miami doing really well here? Give me an answer. What are Miami doing really well? Taking the same fights. What do we call it? Playing tight, taking Charles together to yep, good answers.
Wins his first. Can Hook
and that's all Call of Duty eventually becomes, is once you are in these advantageous positions, once you understand the space that enemies have, once you understand where they're coming from, use your attacks, use your nades, get specific info, chow off that. If I stun somebody and I nade someone and I've got them weak, I want you chowing, I want you dying. If I get a one-shot call, yo, Dashy's one shot from a nade, I want this guy flying at him, open it up, and then you follow and help. That's eventually that's just all Call of Duty is now. It's just how can we, it's the strategy within the fight. How can we stun? How can we nade? How can we slide cancel? How can we take the same fights together in the flow? And then just trusting your teammates, being selfless. Let the game come to you, and then once the games come to you, you fight together. It's like League of Legends. You're just trying to team fight in an advantageous position.
Follow up though. He gets the opener, but not the follow up. Shotzi looking to go quickly around the backside of patio.
It's like right here, they'll play for trades. Good trades.
No, not gonna happen.
But now they'll play tight because they've spawned out. And they're in a disadvantaged situation. There you go. And this is a form of adapting here, chat, right? So they understand here, yo, I've spawned out. I've spawned out so far, which means they're going to be front, right? So they recognize, okay, they're going to be spawning closer than him to the time. And they understand, right, it's going to be a 3 versus 2. So right here, chat, look at 6, look at 8. They're playing their guarantees. They're playing the guarantees of the next wave. This is what we call adapting to the situation. You don't always need to do flashy, pack-a-punch, TikTok kind of plays. These are the situations where you're trying to buy as much time as you can to try and set him up into the play and eventually the number 5 when he spawns. This is how you buy time. They're playing angles to play their guarantees. Playing your guarantees means you're playing a gunfight or you're playing a position where all you're doing is watching one lane and trying to play one kill. One kill and you get traded, who cares? You're just literally just trying to play that one kill. Your routines, your guarantees, your high statistics, gunfights by not trying to take Charles, by just letting the game come to you. And look how they do it here, chat.
The second, no, not gonna happen.
Look at 8, he's just playing his guarantee. Look at 6, playing his guarantee. What's good, Crywolf? Look at that, right? And this is how you then open up the game and set up the game for the rest of your teammates.
And how about Rancor behind the bathtub?
Look at him just buying time. He could chow here now if he wanted. This is very good teamwork from Miami.
And all of the map is cut off. You already see Meadows cutting everything from mid-side at the
now they can run forward if they want.
You're trying to approach from kitchen, but you're not getting anything done. At least you have one player in Hook who was able to sneak out from behind. Shotzi wins a one-on-one. You potentially are going to flip
this is a huge flip. How did they not win this? What the hell? What the hell?
Oh my goodness. Almost getting the quick swap over to the AR, but regardless.
Right, let's get top control.
Heretics
You need to play for top first.
Time. 209 to 170, back to P1 and back to the focus. Optic
Just make sure you're playing top together. Nice. Now, flow through.
But Optic now have decided a map that they want. It's all about the slaying. And already with 3 out towards
what?
the hallway, he is causing them.
Hold on a second.
It's all about the slaying. And
oh my god, yeah.
Now.
Trying to lock the time down.
P4 has been their bread and butter. This map number 1, but Optic now have decided a map that they want. It's all about the slaying. And already with 3 out towards top hallway, he is causing them problems.
They don't break this?
Right now the pacing for Heretics is too much for Optic to handle.
Oh my god, that was such a huge kill. What the hell? Alright, let's see how Miami played this though. Okay, alright chat. So right here. When it comes to P1 flow, when it comes to breaking P1, how do we want to do it? If you guys have been paying attention, let me know. What do we think is good and what do we want to do? What lanes do we want to fill from a P1 perspective in order to break it? Good. Right, we want top. Why do we want top? Playing and refilling top. Good. Why do we want top? What can top allow you to do? And I want you to give me an answer from like a micro perspective. Answer it as though you are in the game. Answer it as though you are in the game. Playing top allows you to watch the refills and give you map progression. Good. So my question is, why when you get top, why not just sit like this? I've seen this in iridescent lobbies where people will get top and they'll sit. Why do we not just want to sit? Yeah, overlook your team. Good. But what does top allow you to do? Think of it now. I want you guys to think of it from a chessboard level. When you get top control, what can that allow you to do? Advantageous gunfights on the hill. Good. But more importantly, now I want you to think of it from a fundamental perspective. From a chessboard level, what does top allow you to do? Block a push and funnel them. Progress through to get P2. But what does it allow you to do? What does getting top allow you to do for the rest of your teammates? What does it allow you to do? Take space and push through and control set. Yes, but what does that allow you to do for the rest of the guys? For the other two teammates? Ultimately, what does that let you do? Come on. Open. What does it open? What does it open? What does it open? Be more generic than that. What does it open? It opens timings. There we go. Yes, opens up timings. Yeah, good.
P4 has been their bread and butter. This map number 1, but Optic now.
It's a good answer, guys. And look at the way number 7's playing it. So number 7 has an SMG. He's not just sat here with an SMG. Even if he had an AR, he's not just sat here trying to pre-aim. He's trying to get progression, get up the map when his teammates are watching over. This is how you can deny him completely. It gets this guy tweaking because he has to watch multiple ways. I don't want you guys just sitting up top. I want you guys to use that progression. If you feel like you have a timing or get people weak or a teammate watching over you, I want someone banging through. There's no point sitting here anymore because you can't wallbang these. You might as well use that progression with somebody watching over you to then have multiple angles of attack on the hill.
3 out towards top hallway. He is causing them problems. Right now, the pacing for Heretics is too much for Optic to handle.
Shotzzy wins a big 1v1 though in the hard point. Gets the gap down to about 30 seconds.
This is how important top is, guys. Look at this. Look how important top is. You deny him completely.
So far, so good.
You be annoying and you get that info like soon.
And Heretics playing the long game, just trying to lock down the left side of the map.
And right now, Hook is not having the best game. 15 and 26.
Nice.
On 2 in a row.
Look at that.
Not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
See, that's flow, guys. That's why, chat, this is why it's really important to have a game plan and understanding what lanes you want to fill first, how you want to flow. This is what we call flow. Flow is what How are we approaching this map? What lanes do we want to pick up first? In what order do we want to do it, right? Again, some of it is situational, but this is part of forming a system. This is part of forming a game plan, right? A game plan is like, what do we want to do and how do we look at that hill? And that's why when you have a game plan and you have flow and you know what lanes you want to fill, you do it without thinking. So then you can focus on the micro aspects. Then you can focus on the teamwork aspects. I know we're trying to get top first, and then we're trying to bump through more or less every single time. But then now you can focus on, okay, how do I child this gunfight? How do I child this gunfight? And this is how you start to develop your system. And you need a system because when the pressure's on, you want a system to fall back on when things are high pressure, because then it takes that away from you. That's what we call preparation, chat. Obviously, you want to adapt and play in the moment, and it's situational, but a lot of it is going to be based on the goals and based on the systems you have.
Heretics super in red core, and essentially a 2v4 moment, get the kills that they need, and they find Mercules lurking. 2-18 to 2-12.
This is huge. How do Heretics not win this?
Oh my god. Looking for more. Knows he's got one more. 29 and 23.
Okay, I need to see how he got through.
In red core, and essentially a 2v4 moment, get the kills that they need, and they find Mercules lurking. 2-18 to 2-12.
So right there, I think is a misplay, chat. I think right here, I don't know if Jose recognizes it or not.
And they find Mercules
but chat,
lurking.
What do you notice here?
Get the kills that they need, and they find Mercules lurking.
Right here. What do you notice, chat, about number 7? How have you got 25,000 points, Gridlock? What the Huh? Appreciate you, brother. But, chat, what do you notice on the minimap? P1 is still up. What do you notice about the minimap, and what information are you trying to gather from the minimap here? What do you see here, chat? He's a waste of life if he doesn't need to block in that spot since 2 are dead. Right side is wide open. But who has just spawned in? Who has just spawned in? Who spawned in? And what does that spawn tell you? Yeah, W grid. What does that spawn tell you, chat? Remember, your spawn tells you everything on this game. If you do not get the closest spawn to the hill, the no map progression spawn, it is telling you something is going on. The pressure is coming from this side. You spawn here for a reason. There's pressure here. That's what this spawn tells you. Right, look at it right here, boys. Right? So when you guys are playing, this is general rule of thumb, chat. This game has a map progression spawn system, right? When you spawn either on a teammate because the time is white or close to the hill, it's because they're not pushed the 50 yard of the time. If you don't get the closest spawn to the hill, right, it means there's a degree of manipulation happening. When you spawn here, that is telling you something. If they push both sides, you'll spawn like here. If they push this side, you'll spawn like here, right? If they're in cheeks, you'll spawn like back here, right? But right here, when you spawn here, that is telling you, yo, someone is through kitchen. Someone is through kitchen right here. I don't know if he did or not, but Shotzi should not have been able to make this play. Shotzi should not have been able to make this play. I am assuming, just by the way he's picking it up, he's like, yo, someone's definitely got the right, but it might just be a case of bad timing.
The 2-12, and wouldn't you know it, you got through. The guy you want to get through is...
There you go.
Shotzi finds the first, looking for more. No,
and then he gets the 2, which is insane.
29 and 23, still has enough to take another fight, but doesn't need to. Mercules is there for help. Rancor trying to contest, but shut down by Hook.
And now it's Hook's turn to just hold down.
Right, 3 with the free life, if needed. Now, this is the problem, chat. What do you notice is my issue with what Optic have done here?
And now it's Hook's turn to just hold down Kitchen as long as he possibly can.
So what is good about what Texas are doing initially, and then what ends up being a misplay, in my opinion, right here.
And he is reading the pressure. He is playing the timing.
What do you see? What do you see is actually good initially, and then what do you think is a misplay?
And now it's Hook's turn to just hold down Kitchen as long as he possibly can.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
He is reading the pressure. He is playing.
Thank you so much for the tier 1. Wow, 61 months is insane. Not letting the game come to them, taking unnecessary child pushes. So, what was good initially is very good plays by Kyler here, right? He's playing his hybrid spot here, right? He's playing his power position because he knows somebody's below him. He doesn't know 5 is here, right? This is good. I like this. This is very, very good. But now the problem is he's using his free life, and then he ends up playing reckless and using his free life. So then what happens is they end up double scamming, which then ruins the game for him because now he's just going to get 3v1'd. It's either one or two things. It's either you play tight in a safety net position or you play tight in a safety net position. You can't both be double scamming. It has to be either or. But right now, because Mason's already doing it, he just needs to play a safety net position and let the game come to him. Right here. So like right here, if he does nothing, if he just stays up top and he buys time, he can do whatever he needs to do. He can then end up roaming from that, call it out, bounce info off that. Now he gets wiped. 2 people get across. He doesn't know what's going on because he's like thinking people are still ahead of him. You see? And then Shotzzy 2-piece. Yeah. They somehow still get bailed out. Hold on a minute. So like, can you imagine here in this situation where Hugh is still alive up here? He has info if they're crossing towards the back. That guy would probably be dead. They don't have the info on the back. So then Shotzzy can then just do whatever he needs to based off that. 3 can do whatever he needs to based off that. It'd be like so much more reliable to hold. That's why, chat, you got to be careful like double scamming. But they somehow still bail it out. I don't know how. They're just winning everything. Oh! Imagine, chat, imagine.
No! Metals gets 2. 25 seconds to fight. Both teams could technically still get this over the finish line here. 1v1.
Oh my god.
Who can find the win?
That is such a big gunfight right there. Did you, chat, have you seen how big this gunfight is? Look at the minimap. What do you see? What do we see here? What do we see here? That was actually such a big gunfight. Because if Mercules kills number 7 here, 2 has a free life, he's going to play a safety net position. They win off this P2.
Trying to wait for help, but he's not going to be able to. Last 10 seconds. Red core for 1. Not going to get the second. Last chance. It has to be super. Otherwise, we're going to see another hard point.
You get the tick.
Oh my god.
You get the tick at that old time.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
Loses it.
Huge gunfights, yeah. Huge gunfights and still somehow lost the map.
And a trophy system to keep him safe. Full flood from the front. Do you predict this?
Oh, they're flooding. Okay, chat. This had me scared. This had me scared because I saw this and I'm like, wait, are they going to 4-man hit this? I get it. I understand why they do it because they know one guy's out P1, so it's a 4v3. But I'm thinking, they're going to 4-man hit this. It's a 4v2. They're just going to go quick. They're just going to go fast. They're banging. They're banging. I'm thinking, wait, it's a 4v2. How are we not trading? I'm thinking, no. And I'm thinking, wait, Heretics have won it here. I'm thinking, wait, Heretics have won it. And then the nuke. Then the nuke.
He's got to find some contesto from the front. Metals finds the opener. The flank is shut down. Instant classic. It's a 2.
Damn.
Oh my goodness. It's pandemonium.
But it's honestly, chat, like it is crazy like how this game could certain misplays or certain gunfights could be the difference between winning or losing a game. I genuinely believe right here. Look at Mercules right here. If Mercules wins this one-on-one, he wins this one-on-one. Number 2 can use his free life how he wants. He's in a safety net position. He's going to spawn up close, right? They're in a good chance to really win this game. Off P2. So he's dead. Which then means... So if he's dead, which means 4's going to spawn here, then 4's going to refill wherever's necessary. Mason's probably going to push out S1 like this, right? Kyler's using his free... Shotzi's using his free life, right? Look at him being active. He doesn't see anything, right, chat? So that's the whole point of a free life, spawning them deep and specific info. Mercules is probably going to be here. 4 is going to be back here. They're going to funnel them through, spawn them garden. They win off P2. And all of this stems from losing one gunfight. From one gunfight. So right here, Renko's been completely traded out. I know he spawns here anyway, but like he's not dying on the time because he's shooting them. He's already going to be shooting them from the door. He's already going to be shooting them here, right? So he's not even. We're not even going to get this white time. They'll be on the time the entire way.
10 seconds, red core for 1.
Right, which then means they can't win it from here. I mean, they could still. But you see the margins. The margins are like so fine. It's insane.
Do you get the tick? Do you get the tick at that old time? Because you at least have one player off the rotation. A big one-on-one merch.
And then they end up winning that.
249.
If they hit their P1, they would have. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. I genuinely believe right here. I genuinely believe right here, right? If Hugh commits to pinching, he has the timing. He's the first guy on the break, right? He commits to pinching this. He either catches the guy P1 shifting across, or he opens up the map to do this, and then everybody else is banging through. I think they break this, you know. Oh yeah. He's like here. He catches number 7. He can kill him. Drop down. Doesn't go all the way. He can drop down. Them guys are hitting. I genuinely believe they win that. So 7's already dead. Oh yeah, no, they do, because then Hugh has already killed 7. 6 is tweaking about this. He's gonna do this. It's literally a 4 versus 2 on the time. Then they end up winning.
Trophy system to keep him safe. Full flood from the front. Do you predict this? Red core gets the opener. Metals with the follow-up. It's just up to Mercules. He's going to get pushed back. 240, 249.
Last push for Optic. Everyone spawning over
insane.
towards that P2 side.
Insane.